With the rise in the usage of social media, people are turning to it as a platform to become informed of current events that are happening all around the globe. Social networks such as Twitter and Facebook are designed to make it easier to stay caught up with current events through trending features, pushing popular posts up to the top of people's feeds. This accessibility to information, along with the ability to share personal opinions with a mass audience, is leading to increased exposure of a diverse array of opinions on the sending and receiving ends of communication. Recently, there have been many changes in people's opinions on current issues due to the surge in social media acting as a news platform. We conducted 2 interviews, one with KSL News Director Spencer Hall and another with Communications Professor Chad Curtis. These 2 professionals have been in the field of communications for years and gave us some great insights relating to our issue.
Do you think that the different ways we receive news now is affecting people's actual opinions on things?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the interesting thing right now is that you can choose the voices you listen to, where in the past there were, 3 network stations and everyone would tune in to the evening news or read the same newspaper, and then you would debate the opinion amongst each other. But now you can follow voices that align right with your opinions. And so there's a even though it would seem like we would be more exposed to different opinions, I actually see the opposite happening, which is people isolating themselves and only listening to voices they agree with and not putting themselves in position to hear voices that contradict what they're saying.
My concern is that young people aren't looking to enough different news sources. They find one they're comfortable with, and then they always take that as gospel truth, where it might not be. There very well might be a bias that's in there. I bet if you ask them, they think they're informed, but what they really are is informed about the things that they saw. They aren't necessarily actively seeking out new things or looking to learn about things that aren't something they're particularly interested in. The ability on social media to just concentrate on just the things that I'm interested in might mean that there's a lot of other things going on that I have no clue about. We had recently these tragedies in Paris. Well, if you are a person that says, you know what, I just don't want to know anything about this, la, 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 I'm not paying attention, well, you can do that. But don't pretend that you're informed if you do that. You know what I mean?
As media consumers, how can we discern the truth of the things we see online?
I think we don't have a good understanding of how the media works. And it causes people to be distrustful of the media. It causes them to think there's always an agenda behind it. And I call it an assumption of omniscience. So I think as we choose who we follow on Twitter, who we follow on Facebook, the news outlets we read, if we always understand there's a human side behind it and start to kind of understand what the news gathering process is like, we'll get a little bit closer to not freaking out when something happens that doesn't necessarily align with what we do. And it also will help us ask the important questions. How was that study put together? Who funded the study? Where did the money come from? And then when we're involved in our community, whether professionally or personally, we can help people say, all right, calm down a little bit.